how I go about making my own custom index cards and even taking previously blank index cards that have been signed by players and putting a border on them. Just asking how I do it to kind of spice it up. And so I'm trying to help you out here. What you're going to need is a computer, which I'm talking into right now. Got the printer here as well. You can use black and white or color. I tend to prefer the color printer myself, just looks a lot better. Whatever works, so I mean, whatever you've got at hand, you can work with. And on your computer, you're gonna need any kind of design software. So I personally am used to using Photoshop. So that's what I build everything out of. And I actually have a template already built that I'm going to be using here. But just, experiment with things on there a little bit. Just code some designs on how to print a border onto a 3x5 index card. Just start with something that's 3 inches by 5 inches in Photoshop. Mess around with however you want it to look and just, keep tweaking it until you get to just how you want it. And then from there, we're going to go on to how to save it and have it ready for printing. So let's go ahead and start with that. All right, so what we have here is Photoshop, as I have opened up on here. What I've done is I've made my template already. I kind of use just the same basic design. You'll see I've got the top border put in there as well as a bottom border. Great thing with Photoshop, you can turn those on and off if you need to, so I can show you where exactly those are. There's the bottom one, and there's the top one. Two different pieces there. I just have to make sure I'm on the right thing each time I do anything with them. But so what we're going to do is we're going to make this one for Mike Paxton, as we showed in the first part there. So the font that I've used on there is Broadway Engraved something or other. Let's see if I can bring this up on here. There we go. Broadway Engraved BT Regular. Similar to what's used on a 1972 Topps card. Works well with this whole kind of Art Deco motif that I have going on with the top and bottom borders there. So we're going to change where it just says team name. I just have that saved in there just as a placeholder. And we'll go caps lock, and we'll put in Cleveland Indians. Doesn't quite fit in there, so I'm just going to go ahead and highlight the whole thing there. And we'll adjust the font size down to about, let's try about a 12 and see if that works. 12, there we go. Not quite, we'll do an 11.5. There we go, 11.5 will fit. Click over here, we're just going to tap it down real quick. Make sure it fits in pretty well, and it does. So we're going to do the same thing. Now we're going to go up and do the first name, last name placeholder right there. Make it read Mike Paxton. Well, we'll go back to that lowercase. Caps lock is on. Mike Paxton. Space it out just a little bit there. That's probably enough right there. So what I've started doing as well is to kind of customize it for each team is pick a color. In this case, we're going to go with that Cleveland Indians red right there. And up on that the top layer, get the paint bucket. It'll fill in each of those gray spots, turn them red. And there we go. Now we're going to do the same thing now down on the bottom one here with these two spots. So there you go. Adds a little bit of little color, a little personality to it. Also going to make the name of the player and the team name both in kind of a dark blue there, like the tribe wear. Go right about there. So, the text tool. Click that Mike Paxton right there, and we're going to go ahead and change that color from black to that blue. Go down, do the same thing with the Cleveland Indians one. From black over to blue. Click off to there. And there you go. So your design is all set. I'm just going to go ahead and save it real quick. Put it into a JPEG format. We'll just go ahead and call it Paxton.jpg. Hit save on that. Make sure it's the maximum quality you can possibly get right in there. So it's up to a 12. Hit OK. And you're good to go. And now it's going to be ready to go ahead and print onto our blank index card. And so with that, we're going to go over and do that next. All right, now that we've got the custom index card border design, we're going to have to print it off. So what I like doing is typically I will put in just a blank index card to make sure that I'm printing it in the right direction to start out with. Because the last thing you want to do is print your border on upside down on this instead of right side up. So I've got just one loaded in right now. I did have to do some adjustments on here. I had to set it so it's at a 3.5 by 5 inch piece of paper. And I'll probably have to do the same thing whenever I hit the print button on here, but we'll at least be able to get this going here and give that quick test run. So give me just a moment here. Paper is going to go from letter size down to 3.5 by 5. Make sure everything's good, full page, and we'll print. Probably take just a minute here to get going. Yep, there we go. Just let it go. And here we go. So once it prints out, you're going to have to take a look at it here and see how it comes out. As you see right here, it comes out in this way. So I need to make sure I'm feeding my autographed one in the same direction to make sure it prints correctly. So keep it like this, right in there. Confirm the paper choice. And now we'll go ahead and print our hard copy. Fingers crossed it all works normally. So far it has the whole time. Make sure we shrink that down. There. Come on. 3.5 by 5. There we go. And so with that, we hit print. And we'll wait for this to come up one more time. Feeds through. And with that, we have a perfectly printed custom index card. So like I said, there's a lot of ways to do it, but that's a very simple way of being able to design your own, print them all off yourself. And best of all, I mean, you can use the same thing too if you just want to send out a blank one in general. If there's somebody you want to send to that doesn't have any cards or anything like that, make your own custom ones through here. I do that a lot with musicians occasionally. I've actually got a couple that I mailed out recently that hopefully I will be showing off on this page soon. And so, you know, got a lot of ideas of other things you can do there in place of just regular cards if there's anything else you want to get signed. So hopefully that helps you out. If you have any questions, you know, feel free to send me any messages and I'll try to get back. I'll leave it as a comment here. Try to help you out as much as I can. So once again, thanks for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button and hope you've got a full mailbox coming your way.